Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Full Velocity TV here live tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway. I think you guys will see the opening lap of the race here live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch TV. We had to work a little bit behind the scenes here, some sound, a little bit behind the airwaves, but I think we're all set and systems to go here now. So good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show here. Hobo racing tonight over at the Texas Motor Speedway. Back out in the NR 2003 community where we have spent such a long time, and we are locked and loaded for a 117-lap main event for the guys of the Hobo Racing Cup Series, race number 6 of the season. We're happy to have you out here, Phil Lacasse and Todd Stanton, on the calls this evening for Full Velocity TV. Todd, it's been quite the trying night for us, but with all the hard work you've done behind the scenes, I think you finally got this thing's all systems a go. Lap count, question mark, not sure, but either way, I think we're ready to set and run.
Not going with lap count here tonight. We've tried a little bit of different things with the ticker and did not quite work the way we wanted it to work here tonight. So lap count, we'll do our best to keep you informed. Right now we're on lap 3 of 117 here at Texas Motor Speedway Cup Series racing here. The old Cup style cars here of NASCAR 2003. Great to see this vintage mod. I'm going to call it a mod, but it was really actually what came with the game back in NASCAR 2003 days. So this is what was the original Cup cars were like, and it's fantastic to see those out there. You see the big yellow bar out there, that means yellow flag, and there was actually a cool little widget that we were going to put in there, and could not get to work here tonight. As on a new PC, did not have things switched on over to this new PC. Had a lot of the old stuff here on the old i5 that we had going here for NASCAR 2003. We do apologize for that one here this evening, but had a lot of other things going on in the middle of a move too, Phil. So I got a lot of things going on, and got water froze up here in New York State, and fantastic things going on.
Oh, it's a lot of great stuff going on. We're going to give you the best we can give you here tonight live on Full Velocity TV. Thanks to the guys at Hobo Racing. Check out the all-new Full Velocity TV pace car out there leading the field. We're under caution for the first time, working lap number 4. Believe we're about ready to come to green flag. So here's the way they're going to run at the standings. Up front is car number 113. Believe that is Corey Lingle, new name for me here in the 113. Let me scroll down here. Caleb Lingle with the 113 sat on the pole. He's currently up at first with Keith McLean, Herman Reese, Eddie Rayleigh, and Jeff Fugate make up your top 5. The legend of Danny Hardy running in the 6th spot with Ron Simpson's number 25 in 7th. Jason San Diego 8th. Steve Grant's number 11th is 9th. Harry Cody in. The number 13 car is 10th. 11th, we find Joey Sigmund. Duke Sorensen is 12th. Rich Knappich, 13th. Steve Rubino, 14th. And Dan Rubino running out there in 15th. Clifton Ashley, he's running in the 4-car number. He's running in the 16th. Everett Lynch, probably out there texting and driving. Everett currently has the 87 car in 17th. Brendan Spadafora, SpadaforaFirearms.com entry. Proud sponsor to us here on Full Velocity TV. Brendan currently running 18th. Kerry Henderson is 19th aboard car number 80, and Austin LaPlante makes up our current top 20. He's in car number 48. Also in the field, we have the likes of Rob Keller with the number 57, Troy Donahue's number 81, Pushrod, Bob Becker's number 17, Daniel Dupuis is the number 24, Roger Neville, 6, number 51. Good to see Roger out with us. Ricky Bumbalow's number 85, and Kevin Roy, the number 77 car. 27 drivers, a very strong field of race cars here at Hobo on a Tuesday night here in Texas. So we haven't missed no racing action yet, Todd. We missed the opening green, but they were wrecked already at the entry of turn 1. So they're in 3 and 4 this time behind that awesome-looking Full Velocity TV pace car. Got to thank Brendan Spadafora for designing that. Our buddy Randall Coleman for making that file come to life for us. That thing looks great, and we're getting ready to go set green flag racing for hopefully the first time tonight.
Yeah, definitely the first time here tonight there, Phil. So hopefully that gets underway here. iRacing. Wow! Full Velocity TV pace car taking that hard left-hand turn down to pit road. Here, we're going to go back to green flag racing. Here's the 113 of Caleb Lingle is going to lead the charge here down the front straightaway here to turn number 1. Game Texas here. Have not seen this track in a very long time. Keith McLean running for 2. 3rd is Herman Reese in that number 73 machine. Eddie Rayleigh is 4th, and 5th is Jeff Fugate in that number 9 machine.
Yeah, look at that awesome red number 9 Dodge, reminiscent of the old car Bill Elliott drove back in that, those years, or even Casey Atwood in that 9 car briefly. Even Casey Kane out there in that scheme, I believe, in '03. That number 9 car currently running on the 5th spot was by far and away my favorite scheme of that time. That red Dodge always kind of stuck out to me. Jeff Fugate's 9 car running in P5. Up front, it is all Caleb Lingle, Keith McLean, Herman Reese, Eddie Rayleigh. Jeff Fugate, your current top 5. Open setup racing here, Todd, at Texas for the Cup Series. 7 laps in 117. It's a long race. I think these guys are probably going to have to pace it out. They practice for about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours. How do you think you got a feeling about their setups here through the opening lap?
Not 100% positive how they're going to feel about their setup so far, Phil. Is I can't remember an open setup race that actually raced here. They got to feel a little bit comfortable here. They're probably going to be a tad bit loose, maybe tighten up a tad here towards the run. Just watching some different cars through the field right now. Just watching the mellow yellow number 64 machine, showing everybody out here the different pace schemes throughout the field here at Hobo Racing. Fantastic pace schemes.
Oh, they're awesome. I've been going back to the field and catching up on a lot of these. The old 25 car, Ron Simpson, he just got around, I believe that was Danny Hardy's '09. He was just by, but Danny Hardy, the legend Dan Hardy, finally on Full Velocity TV. The '03 currently running in 7th. Jason San Diego's 22 car, he is now up to 8th. 9th, we find Harry Cody in the icy hot Chevrolet. That car will be itching and burning around the racetrack all night long, but right now the race up for the lead. Well, there's no race at all. Caleb Lingle, our pole sitter, he's been a pace of the field. Is now caution flag. Yellow for the second time this evening already now on lap number 10. We'll see if we can't go back here real quick, see if we can't find where the yellow may have come and maybe give you a first Full Velocity TV replay of a night, if at all possible. It's been a trying evening for us for sure. We had some issues, Todd said, getting things switched over and up in all kosher. Go to hit live button. Live button didn't work for us. Had it scramble on our end, and it's been a trying night already. So lap number 10, and believe issues happening over in turn 1 of the racetrack. One car that was kind of a little bit abrasive going through the corner, but I can't see from here who the number is. What'd you find, Todd? You got anything? All right, so we're both looking for something to show on a replay, guys, and just not finding anything happen, or cars just kind of going off in left field on my screen here. So we're definitely kind of still having some hiccups here, both on my end and on the trailer's end down there. So we're looking. I don't see. Oh, it could have been. Oh, let's go back and take a look at car number 44 of old Bino. I think Bino may have got a piece of this one, but my replay is just all janked up. I'm going to work on this on my end. I know I put that file in to fix what my replay does, and it's just not working for me either. So I'm assuming, Todd, you may be in the same predicament, but I'll throw it over to you, and I'm going to go to work down here. I'm not sure if you have anything to show off, but I think it was Danny Rubino that may have just had an innocent spin to put us on the car.
Yeah, Phil, unfortunately not able to get a replay. Looking here, and we had Danny Rubino, and he disappears on the screen. So the number 44 machine, we know he went around there, has some damage to the rear end of his car. So tough break for Dan Rubino, and hopefully he can get that damage fixed and get back out here at Texas Motor Speedway. But doing a disappear and a reappear and act here on that Texas Motor Speedway here on the replay.
Yeah, did it. Same thing on my end, too. That's why I thought I was going wookie. We're both seeing the same thing. Yeah, the car, you definitely, Kelly goes around. He goes out of view, comes back. He's got rear end damage. Definitely issues there for Danny Rubino's Carter 44. Going to put him to the back of the field and maybe a little bit light on the back end. And hopefully it's after the holidays. Who knows? We all may need a little bit lighter on the backside at this point in the year. So working lap number 12. I want to say welcome all you out there watching tonight. YouTube is always the place to be when we come to Hobo. And you guys have been out there forever. I see Judy's been out there. I see Everett out there texting and driving like he shouldn't. I see the Rubino family out there in a big way. Great to see you all out there in our chat. Always good to come back home to Hobo Racing and catch up with all of you out there. Got to talk to our sponsor, Brendan Spadafora, a little bit before the race started. He was really excited. I know we're really excited. I'm just wishing that we could have got off here on a better foot here tonight with a proper intro for you guys, whatever else. But hey, it's NR 2003. Sometimes these things happen in this old game, and it's by the grace of God, Todd. We get out here on the opening lap of the race with the stream up, and right away, caution flag came out. So we really haven't missed much of anything in the action. Slowed by 2 caution flags now working lap number 12. But thankfully, off of turn number 4 this time, I think we still have lights on atop that all-new Full Velocity TV pace car. Give that thing a one-over if you can with the cameras on it. That thing looks really cool. The Camaro pace car, all done up in Full Velocity trim. That thing looks absolutely cool. Brendan Spadafora is the genius behind putting that artwork together on that car. And our buddy Randall Coleman from Fast Racing, the chairman of the Sim Racing Association, he was gracious enough to make that file happen for us. So I want to say thank you to Randall as well. That thing looks awesome, Todd. We've had a van over the years. We had a semi-truck. We've never had our very own, and especially as Full Velocity TV, our very own customized pace car. That's cool to see.
Yeah, definitely cool to see there, Phil. I'm liking it. It's sleek. It's fast. I think it would put the van to shame. We'll just have to see. Someday we'll have to dig that old relic back out again, and let's go racing down the highway. Phil, you got the van. I got the new car.
Oh, that's not a fair fight. No, I'm not signing up for that. We call my blog The View from the Back. We do that for a reason because Phil's usually finishing last, so we all don't have to. And that is not a fight. I want the pace car. Not probably sure enough that I should be driving that beast, but the pace car versus the van. Pace car will win all day long. The van's beat up, Todd. We took that thing over the years, especially coming down here to places like Texas, where we have a long history of a love-hate with Texas. We all know where that all went, but we took that van for a ride. We've done some weird things to it. All the parties that thing had in Talladega. We'll pull the relic out one day along, but it's going to need a whole lot more detailing after the last time we brought it out. So I guess I'll have to wait and see. But all I do know is we're off turn number 4. Full Velocity TV pace car makes its way onto pit road. Going to put the field back in the hands of Caleb Lingle, Rich Knappick, Jeff Fugate, Ron Simpson, Keith McLean. That's your top 5. We're green flag racing here in Texas.
Got Green Flag Racing with Caleb Lingo, Rich Knappick, Jeff Fieldgate, Ron Simpson, Keith McLean, Herman Reese, Eddie Rayleigh, Danny Hardy, Roger Nebelstick, and Harry Codian rounding out your top 10 right now. Oh, sideways. I believe that's Knappick around on the back straightaway there, Phil. He was completely sideways. Maybe he saved it there. The 6 machine, nope. That pesky yellow going to come out as Knappick, I believe, in the number 6, Phil, one around.
No, I think about it. I was riding in the car, and I am thoroughly dizzy. The Harley-Davidson machine goes for a nice little ride off the exit of turn number 2. Was down underneath Caleb Lingo for the lead, and how many times at Texas, the low side of 2, do you get loose, and the car goes out in the wall, and it's all on. All hell breaks loose from there. A couple of cars into him. They all scatter for cover. Rich bounces off the wall. He goes in and out with the aliens. I'm not sure how much you can show, Todd, but holy crap. And he's smoking. That's never.
Well, Phil, we're going to show the best that we can here on Full Velocity TV. First actual replay, we get to see cars. Hey, they're not disappearing yet. But the number 6 of Rich Knappick, he takes a ride there. Just looks like he got a little bit of tail happy. You see him getting tail happy down on the bottom side, and that's Texas for you. Around he goes back up and collects Herman Reese, the 112 machine. I do believe that was the 112 around also, Phil. Oh, some more contact. He disappears. He comes back. You can see that black smoke barreling out of that number 6 machine already before he even comes to a rest down there on the inside retaining wall. He disappears again here on our screen, Phil. But Rich Knappick, he comes back when he comes back to life. He has a lot of black smoke coming out of that machine.
Yeah, it's still rolling around on the apron here through 3 and 4 as he's trying to get this thing back to pit road. And that black smoke, it's white, it's black, it looks ominous. It's not good. That Harley Davidson ride, well, it may as well be an old-fashioned Honda Rice Rocket now because that thing is just a pile of junk, back end destroyed, front end all beat up. Well, we'll see. Watching the Harley Davidson, well, what was the Harley Davidson Ford coming down on pit road. Car number 6, my buddy from New Britain, Connecticut, Rich Knappich, comes to the sign. And, well, they're going to put right side tires up in the air, so it looks like they're at least going to try to fix it. No sound out here. The engine is absolutely cut off. So it's going to be right size, 2 left side tires. Well, at least we know that's going to be fresh. Now the wait and the wait and the wait to see if they refire this race car. They're going to beat on it a little bit. The hammers are back here. The 200-mile-an-hour tape going on it. I don't know, Todd. He may lose a lap here as the leaders are coming on off pit road, but Rich Knappich, he is on pit road, and that crew is feverishly working. He is going to try like hell to get back to the racetrack, but unfortunate for him, that car going to be hurt. And it looks like, unfortunately, we can report the 03 of Danny Hardy behind the wall. The 03 having issues as well. That's a developing story there. Danny Hardy was up here in the points of the Hobo Cup Series. Looks like his night may prematurely be. All right, and just this is kosher for the night right here as I'm ready to throw it back to Todd and take a drink myself and reset on my end what's going on. He says, Phil, I've got a phone call. Keep talking. It's been that kind of night for us here on Full Velocity TV. We are up here. You all know they'll follow us. Todd and Phil, been in for a long time. We both live up in the northeast side of the country. It's been cold. It's been miserable. Been a lot going on for us. Todd's in the middle of a move. He's got some frozen pipes going on. The poor guy's stressing out. Convenience stores all upside down that he manages. So he's had that in his mind all evening long, getting the broadcast all back together, getting everything all up and working here tonight for you guys to see. And we're out here, we're rolling, we're live. It's all going good. And as you can see it behind the scenes, sheer chaos tonight. We're going to do a good time here and do the best we can on Full Velocity TV here as we're under caution working lap number 17. Got to thank our presenting sponsor. Anytime we come back to Hobo Racing, we have to talk about our buddy Brendan Spadafora from Spadafora Firearms. If you have not checked out his website, go do so. You want to purchase a new firearm, you want to, add to your collection. Do you need some accessories, some handbags, some whatever else there? Any kind of accessory you need, firearm related, check out Brendan's website, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Terrific website, terrific guy. Brendan has even offered to train you with your first weapon. He's got discounted membership to sign up to the National Rifle Association. Look at his website now, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Support small business, support American made. Brendan Spadafora, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Look him up here as we're live at the Texas Motor Speedway. Looks like Daniel Dupuy's number 24 car gets to wave around to come back to the lead lap. As also it looks like Danny Rubino's 44 does as well. So we've got 25 cars running on the lead lap. Rich Knappich is 1 lap down aboard car number 6. But Todd, I think you're back with us now, and I can say and report we're going back to green flag racing next time around. A new race leader has emerged, the number 9 of Jeff Fugate. We're going to lead the field back to.
Yeah, Jeff Fugate going to lead the field back to green flags. I got to thank Phil for filling in for me there just for a tad bit. Is not able to throw it to me when I'm trying to run a convenience store. Sometimes it gets into the way, but tonight making sure I'm answering the phone calls here this evening, and hopefully that was the last one of the evening. That was an interesting one, but I'll save that for a later date. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here at Hobo Racing again. Thank you to everybody tuning in here to Full Velocity TV. Some more bells and whistles coming here in the near future, NASCAR 2003 style, but we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, just waiting for Fugate to fire with a 24. Ron Simpson, Keith McClain, Jason San Diego, and Harry Kodian right there in that in the 5th spot as green flag is flying. We're racing down here into turn number 1. Look at Fugate. He's got one well of a start in that number 9 machine.
Well, he sure does, and I'm so glad you were back to say we're back green because I was still in turn number 3 in the pace car, and I didn't hit the live button. So we are both doing great here in a big way here tonight. The Beast from the Northeast really not living up to the reputation here this evening. So far, the first 19 laps, we've been slowed by 3 caution flags, so there hasn't been a whole lot of good stuff yet to talk about. We want to see some green flag racing. We're back to it here. Jeff Fugate leading Ron Simpson. Keith McLean's number 28 up to third. Jason San Diego, Harry Codian, the icy hot Chevrolet. I look at that car and I just can't help but laugh because once upon a time, Todd, and I'll tell the funny story for people out there watching. Uh, I never used icy hot in my life till about 10 or 15 years ago. My wife had pulled the muscle, asked me if I could rub some on her shoulder, and I threw it in my hand like it was, suntan oil or whatever. I thought more was good. What I found out from a screaming girl later, more icy hot was not good. Not a good story. Harry's car is going to have me cracking up all night long.
There you go, Phil. That's a story I haven't heard. I've heard tons of stories out of Phil. You gotta know we've shared a lot of stories here between one another, either Full Velocity TV, DRTV, any of our own ventures, and playing Madden football. One of the things that we do when we go on retreats and try to plan on what we're doing for Full Velocity TV. But Jeff, is your current race leader. Ron Simpson still running in that second spot. Keith McLean and Jason San Diego running in that fourth spot. Harry Codian still running in fifth, and now I'm laughing even, Phil. But these guys right now single file down the back straightaway here in the turn number 3. These guys are starting to space themselves out just a tad bit as they flash by the number 6 of Rich Napick. Napick way off the pace, and obviously engine damage for that number 6 machine, so that's not the way he wanted to start or end his night in that number 6 machine.
No, that car is junk. Take the Harley Davidson stickers off it. It's no longer a Harley. It's a beat-up rat bag version. It's no good. Keep it there. Jeff Fugate leads the field down the backstretch now, working lap 23. Looks like this one may take a little bit of a green flag complexion. I'm looking at cars kind of coming and going in the top 10, and I find car number 4 of Clifton Ashley, the Lucas Oil Machine, coming up through. Is one car real loose up there. I believe that may have been, oh, God, who was that? That was a wild ride there. Let me go back and find that car. I don't know if you saw that, Todd, but, oh, buddy, somebody about...
I believe, Phil, that was Harry Codian in the Icy Hot Machine. I believe he was a little icy here tonight. Is a yellow flag going to fly? Maybe. The 13 machine was the one that happened there. I do believe he got a tad bit loose, not hot out there, and unfortunate for the number 13 machine. Not sure what it brought out this most recent yellow. I hope it wasn't Harry Codian in that number 13.
Well, I'm going to go back and take a quick peek at it because that thing got radical loose off the outside wall. And I don't know if anybody piled in behind him or not. I'm going to try to switch the view I have here. And I know you're going to do the same thing down there and show it for a replay. But I know Harry bounced up in the wall pretty hard. That car definitely got damage to it. Did anybody kind of scurry off behind him? And I don't see anything prerequisite of what the 13. So I think this is something that happened completely arbitrarily behind the 13 car. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Todd. Maybe you caught it before I did, but you have nothing either you're giving me here on the Whisper. So I'm going to go back and take a further look with you, but I'm just struggling to see as you are. What I did see, of course, we both saw the 13 up into the wall, but something must have happened after the fact, or did he hit the wall so hard that it brought the caution out? I can't imagine so, but I guess we're going to have to go back through the field and take a look at it. I'm not seeing anything there on my end. I know, Todd, you're looking there at the controls. I'm clicking around here on my end. I see the smoke trail from the 13, and I'm all the way toward the back of the field, and I see nothing happening there. So I'm thinking the contact with the 13 sideways in front of the field, that had to have been what brought the yellow flag out, because I don't see any other car that's even a little tad bit sideways out there. So maybe some damage off the right front of that car hitting. You hit the fuel pump off on those right fronts. Pieces of particles fly off the race car, so maybe it was just a better part of safety for the caution flag to come out in the race.
I'm not sure, Phil. It must have been that's why the 13 had to stay. Also, he stayed out. Harry Codian leading a lap in the number 13 machine, that Icy Hot sponsor machine. Beautifully prepared car. It's nice to see Harry Codian's car A lot of times I have difficulty seeing his cars for some reason, but he's out there large and in charge with that 13, and he hung on to the car. So there's not a lot of damage to the car. I don't see very much damage at all. Maybe a pancaked right side, but I know he hung on to it. So 13 to Harry Codian. Going to have to go to the tail and going to have to work his way back up towards the front. We'll see what happens there with that 13 machine. Normally really, really quick here at Hobo Racing.
Oh, for sure. Normally is. Definitely got a little bit of right side damage to that car still early on in the race, too. 27 laps of 117 that make up a distance. So he's still got 90 laps remaining. This race has already gobbled up the likes of guys like Danny Hardy who come in tonight. And we'll talk about the Hobo Cup point standings here. We are 5 races complete. This is 6th race of the season. Our current point leader is car number 73 of Herman Reese. Herman through 5 races this season, still winless, but consistently up there with 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s here for the first 5 races. He leads by 22 over Ron Simpson's number 25, who's up in the top 10. Maverick currently 3rd in the standings. Maverick not here tonight, so he'll take a hit in the points. Steve Grant currently running 4th. He's in car number 11. He is out there running inside the top 10 as well, right around the top 10 or 15 is the 11 car of Steve Grant. And Jason San Diego rounds out your top 5. He's in car 22. He is 118 points behind Herman Reese, which, if you go back to the old NASCAR point style, which we're here in the year 2003 mod game, we're here in the old original Cup mod, in the old Cup track, why not use the old school point standing system where you had 185 points to win, down through 5 points to a top 5, 4 more down through a top 10, and all the way down through 21st is a 3-point increment. So what seems like 118 points is a lot. Theoretically, if Herman has a bad night and, say, Jason able to score up in the top 5, Jason could almost gain that entire race back and even get ahead. So that 5th place in the standings, it's still anybody's race here early on in the year. We're 5 races in. The highlight so far this season, 2-time winner, is the number 28 car of Keith McLean. He started 4 races. He has won 2. Also picking up feature wins this year are Steve Grant's number 11, and also looks like Harry Codian, and the number 13, he's also picked up a win here on the season as well. So we've had 5 races. I see 4 winners here on the sheet, and there, by process, there has to be 1. And, of course, I run out of space on the sheet to give you who the last one was. So that's as much as I can tell you. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here.
Definitely waiting to go back to Green Flag Racing here in Texas and waiting to see what these guys have in store for us. As it looked like a green flag field there for a little bit there, Phil, and then all of a sudden that yellow flag, that pesky yellow flag, been coming out here again at Hobo Racing League of Texas, but the 113 now back in front. That is Caleb Lingo, and then Keith McLean, Jeff Fugate, Ron Simpson, Jason San Diego, Duke Sorensen in the number 59, Troy Donahue, the 87 to Everett Lentz, having a good run there. So I got to say hello to Everett Lentz, as we know he texts and drives quite a bit too. Clifton Ashley and Steve Robino inside the top 10 here. Finally, pace car down to pit road. Green flag getting ready to come back out here as they enter the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air, and Caleb Lingo leads the charge down here to turn 1 and 5 car length charge over the number 28 of Keith McLean, and Jeff Fugate right there for 3.
Jeff Fugate currently running 3rd as they exit turn number 2. I finally got myself over to the Facebook Live chat, and first thing I see is our buddy Josh Smith with a 50 stars donation. 50 stars from Josh Smith. Thank you, buddy. Josh Smith, the owner of DirtSeries.com, a partner to us, a presenting sponsor here week after week and iRacing night after night. Thank you, Josh Smith, for tuning in, watching a little bit of NR 2003 over here tonight live on Full Velocity TV. Out at the turn number 1, it is all Caleb Lingle, Jeff Fugate, Keith McLean, Ron Simpson, Jason San Diego. They're single file through the top 5 off the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, staying single file, trying to get some laps, trying to log some laps here as we're on lap 30 of 117 here at Texas. And these guys trying to fight tooth and nail here for the top spot. But these guys are also trying to lay back just a tad bit, except for Jeff Fugate. Fugate just trying to go. He wants to lead again, that number 9 machine. And man, he's fast here this evening, looking already to the high side, peaking high. Now he's going to go back down to the bottom, trying to use his momentum there off the banking as they come down the back straightaway. Fugate still running in that second spot right there in lockstep with the number 113 of Caleb Lingo.
Yeah, right there. They're still single file, but Fugate going to use that draft and maybe just waiting to pounce At this rate, Todd, I would kind of really want to just be stuck up behind him. I don't. I know the clean air is good. I don't want to burn off the fuel. I want to keep the cars as heavy as I can. Keep it. The fuel load as good as we could. Not overburn my tires. And what do I know? Here comes the 9 car down to the low side. Hell with these patient race car drivers. Fugate for the lead. Lingle, this drops like a rock. Jeff Fugate, he's going to grab the lead of the 9 car to turn.
Yeah, Jeff Fugate is not being patient here this evening. He wants to drive off into the sunset. He wants to leave these guys, per se, in the dust there, Phil. We are asphalt racing, but he wants to leave them in the dust. He doesn't want any competition. I'm sure he don't. He wants to win here on Full Velocity TV. I believe this will be the first winner for NASCAR 2003 and 2019 here on Full Velocity TV. So you're fighting for a pretty prestigious prize to bring home the first win on NASCAR 2003 on Full Velocity TV.
Well, that's thinking we have to think back 15 days already, and I'm not sure I can remember what was going on 15 minutes ago, but I'm pretty sure this will be our first in our 2003 broadcast of 2019. Amazing enough, we'll have our first winner in the sim here tonight live on Full Velocity TV. Right now being paced by the 9 car of Jeff Fugate. Caleb Lingle in for second. The battle is for third. Ron Simpson's number 25. He's to the low side of Keith McLean. Put that 25 car up to P3 as they head down the front stretch.
Yeah, Ron Simpson wasted no time getting around Keith McLean. McLean's no slouch either. And that number 28, Haviland sponsor machine, and that's a throwback if we ever seen one here on Full Velocity TV. But Keith McLean running in that 4th spot. 5th right now is the 22, Jason San Diego. He is starting to catch the number 28, the Keith McLean, right there on his rear bumper. That will be a battle for 4th here momentarily, Phil.
I think so, and I'm riding back there with the 22. I'm kind of riding in the back of the 59 car. Oh, Tango, Duke Sorensen out there riding along in position number 6 aboard car number 59, having a really good run out of the gate. Duke just kind of buying his time. He's in that lead pack. No need to rush. Be a little patient. Still a lot of laps left to go here tonight in Texas, and don't want to overrun these motors. All we can do, of course, open setup racing. You can tape these suckers up later and make a run at it, but all single file for the front 6. Fugate leading, but Lingo looks to be getting a little tad bit racy, as does Ron Simpson. Those two guys are going at it for the second spot off of turn 2. Looks like advantage 25.
Yeah, Ron Simpson able to get around Lingo in that number 113 machine. The 25 of Ron Simpson puts himself in P number 2. The number 28 of Keith McLean now sets his sights on that 113 that's directly in front of him. Duke Sorensen having a good run, like you said, Phil. I'd like to comment on that 59 as much as I can. He is up here in the top 6 and just hanging on to this lead draft. It's another few car lengths back to the number 4 of Clifton Ashley. Ashley quite a ways back here from this, 1.4 seconds back here of Duke Sorensen here. This lead pack, these 6 cars here. Is Yellow Flag going to fly? That's going to disappear. It's all going to shrink up, and we're going to restack and repack this field here once again.
Yeah, we will, and it looks like the 80 car of Kerry Henderson may have been one of the cars involved with this most recent caution flag off of turn number 4. I saw the 80 car resting up along the outside wall, so definitely something happening there that Todd hopefully has a better camera angle than I have, because he just completely disappears out of my view. So whatever is going on in my replay, it's definitely still a mess. But the 80 car of Kerry Henderson definitely goes around. Some heavy damage to the back end of his Chevrolet. Caution flag for the 4th time tonight. Does not look like anybody else may have got involved. Tough to tell from where the 64 car of Joey Sigmund was, as he was around that mix as well. But both cars kind of go off my screen, which I guess we both have to go down there and go back to work on whatever tweak we're missing here, Todd, because whatever is missing in our replay issue here is as soon as the car just starts to even go around, I lose it completely out of view, and I think you're suffering the same fate. So I'll scramble behind the scenes here, see if I can't find the fix, and maybe get to both of us here. So let me.
Like I said, Phil, not sure. It's doing the same thing here on my end. All these cars, the leaders coming down on pit road. We're riding with Jeff Fugate coming down to pit road in that number 9 machine. He is your current race leader. Coming down to see the service of his pit crew. Let's see what happens with that number 9 machine. Pulls into his pistol. Right side tires go up in the air. It looks like they're going to change right side tires on the number 9. Or are they going to go around and change left side tires? Jackman a little bit confused, looked a little bit confused coming around, but he is going to change left side. He puts his jack underneath there. Left side tires and Sunoco Racing Field, and they're down and away here. Looks like he's just going to barely beat out Ron Simpson, but the 113 of Caleb Lingo going to beat them all out. He's going to take over the top spot again.
Well, how about that? We got a change for the lead there on pit road, I think you said, as I'm over here working off screen. So I don't have a clue what's going on there right now, Todd, but I'm working something out behind the scenes where hopefully we can get this replay bug worked out on at least both our ends so we can at least show these replays in real time and not with all the disappearing act that I'm kind of following. So I'm going to throw it back to you real quick. I'm going to try to see if I may have found a little bit of fix here and we can get back.
Well, as Phil feverishly works on that, I do have the top 20 right here directly in front of me to give out to everybody here, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Jeff Fugate is your current race leader. Second is the number 25. That's Ron Simpson. Caleb Lingo is going to be third, and that's going to mess up here. We're going to wait for it to reset, as I believe Caleb Lingo is my scoring time and has it all jacked up here. They go past the start-finish line, so we should be able to reset and restack here. The 113 of Caleb Lingo should be your current race leader. Second should be Jeff Fugate. Ron Simpson is going to be third. Fourth is going to be Jason San Diego. Fifth is going to be Duke Sorensen. Steve Robino up to that sixth spot. So a lot of Steve Robino fans out there, I do believe. So gotta congratulate Steve Robino, peaking himself up into the higher portion of the top 10 so far in that number 21 machine. Cliff Nashley's rolling off 7th right now. In the 8th position is the 51 of Roger Nebelstick. Steve Grant in the number 11. He's up to 9th. 10th is Eddie Raleigh in that 112 machine. Troy Donahue is 11th. 12th is a good old Pushrod in that number 17 machine. 13th is going to be the number 24 of Daniel Dupree. Outside of him, it will be the 14 of Austin LaPlante, or the 48 of Austin LaPlante and 14th. 15th is Everett Lintz in the number 87. Rob Kettler is 16th. Brendan Spedafora is in the 17th position in that number 37, and Ricky Bumbelow in the number 85. He is right now 18th. Dan Rubino still in this race. For those who were questioning Dan Rubino, not a lap down. He is currently 19th. 20th is Herman Reese here, and I actually have 21 cars. Keith McLean way back there in the number 28 machine. He is 21st on the field right now.
He's going to have a long way to come back from that Haviland, Texaco Haviland Ford, the old Davey Allison scheme. Car number 28, Keith McLean, going to be deep in the field. As you said, he'll restart 21st. As I was working behind the scenes here, trying to get my crap working here, Todd, I think I may have a correct file for you to try. The only thing we got to do now to figure out is how's the best way to get it to you and not completely crap the stream.
That's going to be an interesting thing there, Phil. That's the question. Can we jumble it up here? We probably ought to do it underneath another yellow flag, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. How YouTube viewers don't want to see anything that's going to happen. They want to see green flag racing, and I'll probably choke on my words. Maybe we won't see another replay the rest of the night there, Phil. So, should we fix it or should we not fix it? That's the question.
Well, I guess we'll have to figure it out at some other point because whatever I did for try to send it over toward you completely failed on my end. So we'll have to keep working over here and we'll work through it here under the caution flag here if we get another one. But I've got the file. I think we're going to be okay on this end. So at least I can help you call where the yellow is. But not sure if I'm going to be able to stop the flickering on your side of it. So we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Caleb Lingo, Jeff Fugate, Ron Simpson, Jason San Diego, and Duke Sorensen will be your top 5. The Full Velocity TV pace car about to take that hard left-hand turn down the pit road here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and we're going to get back to it for, 42 laps on the board, 117. So a little bit of math says 65 laps remaining, 75. All right, Common Core math out the window. We're back to green flag racing here in Texas.
Yeah, back to green flag racing, and it is Caleb Lingo in the 113 machine going to lead the charge down into turn number 1. Jeff Fugate still going to run second, about 2.5 car lengths back of that 113 machine. He's probably not going to waste any time. He's probably going to try to go right for that lead in that number 9 machine as he's already right up to the rear bumper, the 113, coming down into turn number 325 of Ron Simpson. Looks like he's a little bit stronger on a longer run there. Jason San Diego running 4th and Duke Sorensen running in 5th. Already up to his rear bumper, and I do believe the number 9 machine going to make the pass here down into turn number 1. Side-by-side battle there, not going to last long. Jeff Fugate give him the lead. And that number 9 machine, Lingo trying to battle back down to the inside, and that 113 not going to be able to pull off a pass off of 2, and that's tricky there because that's where the cars tend to step out off of turn 2.
Definitely tricky. They are riding light off the corner, and I believe yellow flag going to once again come out on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow for, I believe, the 5th time now here at Hobo Racing for the Cup Series. This is a parking lot off the exit of, well, even to the edge of turn number 1. So definitely something happening down the straightaway here. And, oh, I can see it. It's the 21 car of Steve Rubino that I see around. Did he have help? Did he not have? I think it just innocently stepped out by its lonesome, and poor Steve takes a wild ride down the back straightaway here. And Steve Rubino's car in a heap. Yellow flag on the speedway once again. I could see it, Todd. Hopefully you could. I think it may have also got Clifton Ashley's 4 car as well.
It looks like it, Phil, that I could actually see this one. And we're going to show the replay here. Steve Rubino. We know everybody's patiently waiting on Steve Rubino. What's going on with Steve Rubino? What's going on with Dan Rubino out there? But Steve Rubino here in the number 21 machine is driving off down here into the corner. And those cars tend to get a tad bit light down there. He hits the apron. He's already loose, and he's coming off that treacherous corner. He tries to save it there, Phil. He goes through a spin cycle. Clifton Ashley had nowhere to go. It looked like Ashley was trying to jut up to the top side, but Rubino could not save it there in time. Hard into the outside wall, hard lick. Down the back straightaway. Spin cycle for the 21. Clifton Ashley. Hood pop on that number 4 machine. Tough break for Steve Rubino. I don't know if that's going to end his night there, Phil, because he had black smoke coming out of that machine.
Well, I do think it is going to end the night for the 21 car, unfortunately. A night over for him, night over for the 4 car of Clifton Ashley. Tough break for both those guys. Their nights are going to be done. I'm still to work over here trying to get this replay widget to work correctly as I'm just now firing myself back into the Texas Motor Speedway. So hopefully I've got good report, Todd, and then I can tell you exactly what I did and how you can get yours to work correct.
Yeah, I may have to save that for another date here tonight and see what happens. Maybe another date here in the near future with Hobo Racing, as we do enjoy coming over here to Hobo Racing and trying to get everything locked and loaded. I think we're set there for NASCAR 2003 again, Phil. And man, it's been a scurry. I even forgot that we had the new PC, and we haven't broadcasted a race on the new PC, I don't believe, here at all. I had no IPs, nothing here for NASCAR 2003, so that's what we run off of as IPs over here in NASCAR 2003. So it was fantastic to actually get connected. I had some of I had this mod. Obviously, it came with the game, so I didn't have to download that. Like I said, start off behind the 8-ball here tonight. We're probably going to end up underneath the 8-ball here at the end of it.
Well, I won't run you over with the truck, but when we get to do one of these NR broadcasts together, it's definitely to bring the old game to life is a chore in its own right. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of groups out there that can still. We try to do it the best of the best here, as we've done it here for a long time, but sometimes things just don't work correctly, or just actually hiccups, and gremlins. We were behind the 8-ball to get started tonight. We got up on the airwaves just as they took the green flag, so we'll get this thing all figured out, but we got really some big plans in 2019 for NR 2003, and we're going to hope you guys come along for the ride. It feels like we're stumbling through the night, but hey, I think we're all stumbling here at Texas this evening. Maybe a couple of extra brewskis in the house, not even sure what's up there, but we got 47 laps of 117 on the board. I'm going to blame Everett for this one. I know Everett's out there listening. The guy's notorious for texting and driving. He's still out there running. He's in the top 10. So, Everett, please don't take a hard right bounce off the wall, because I want to talk to that guy in the post-race show. Everett Lentz, my challenge to you, bud, I know you're listening. Finish in the top 3, and I will leave you alone forever, pal. Challenge up. Hopefully, challenge accepted. Well, all we can accept, Todd, the lights are going out atop that Full Velocity TV Corvette pace car. I call it a Camaro. It's a Corvette. Thank you, Andy Margo. I knew that, but my head doesn't know that tonight. It's a Corvette. Look at that thing. It's a beauty. I need to get a couple of race cars painted up like that I go scratch up all to pieces, but that thing's a beauty. Got to thank Brendan Spadafora for that. Got to thank Randall Coleman for finalizing that file for us and getting it all together. A Corvette. I've always wanted a Corvette, and now Full Velocity TV gets its very own.
Yeah, and I get to drive it, and you don't get to. Oh, I tell you what, though. It's beautiful, though, Phil. I have to echo that.
All right. Well, I did just see our buddy Mr. Coleman jump into the chat here in the Facebook feed. So, Randall, I want to say thank you personally. Pace car looks absolutely sick out there. Really appreciate that. And we take you for a ride here at the Texas Motor Speedway. 5 caution flags in the first 48 laps. 27 drivers took the green flag here about an hour ago, about 49, 50 minutes in. And we still got half this race to go. Off of turn number 4, the pace car going to make its left-hand turn down toward pit road. Jeff Fugate leads Caleb Lingle, Ron Simpson, Jason San Diego, and Duke Sorensen. Your top 5. We find Steve Grant in 6th, Roger Nevelsick in 7th, Troy Donahue 8th, Bob Becker is 9th, and Everett Lentz. That's your top 10. We're back to green here in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, back to green flag racing down into turn number 1. This is the number 9 of Jeff Fugate leading the charge as he's got about 2.5 car lengths over the 113 machine. 25 of Ron Simpson still running back in that third position. 4th is the number 22 of Jason San Diego and Duke Sorensen, still rounding out your top 5. These guys trying to run away and hide there, Phil, through the top 5 again, as Duke Sorensen right now in the 5th spot, but then you go back. You have the number 51 machine, I do believe is who I have on the screen. That is Roger Nevelsick. I don't see somebody right directly in front of him. It looks like, nope, nobody in front of him besides the number 59 machine. Man, my eyes are playing games on me. Everything's playing games on me here this evening. If you want to make fun of Todd Stanton, go ahead, because I deserve it here tonight.
Well, he sure does. We both do. But I want to say kudos out there. The number 51 car, Roger Nevelsick, running in the 6th spot. He lost his mother-in-law here a couple of days ago. His wife, Jen's mom, passed away. And I want to say condolences out there to the Nevelsick family, Jen's family, and all of them out there. We're thinking your hearts and prayers are all with you. Great to see Roger back with us here, which has probably been just an emotional week for him. So sometimes, Todd, getting out here and being on the racetrack, being around your buddies is sometimes the perfect therapy after a week like he's had. Great to see Roger out there in the 51, and good to see him up there having a solid effort in the top 10.
Yeah, good to see a solid effort going on out there. We are on lap 52 of 117. Everybody asking out there on YouTube, sorry if we cannot keep that up to date as quickly as you would like here this evening. Is that scoring widget not with us here this evening, as we were trying to make some nice changes here for Hobo Racing League. Did not want to work with us here tonight, but we'll continue to improve on that one. Is starting to show the rest of the field. The problem with showing the rest of the field is I start losing the leaders and they start blinking out here tonight, and that's another thing I guess I'm going to have to go to work on, Phil, is I've never had that issue before in the past, and these guys just want to blink and join the aliens on me.
Well, I have got the fix for you, Todd. It is over in our office space. It's sitting there for download. The only problem is you have to kill your game to get back into it and reload that thing in there. So not sure it's something you could do here live on the airwaves. That may be a little bit tougher for you. I had the benefit of not being a live camera, so I could go back and try to make the tweak and see if it worked. But so far, that looks like it's done my game the trick. So maybe we could do that for yours, and we can get rid of these pesky replays blinking in and out on us, because that's no fun. We want to show the replays off. We don't want to see blinking alien-like kind of stuff going on. But it's an extraterrestrial kind of night here on Full Velocity TV here at the Texas Motor Speedway. They say things are bigger in Texas. Well, obviously things here are a little bigger in Texas than I guess Todd or Phil could obviously handle here this evening. But we're halfway home here. 55 laps of 117. Just a couple laps shy of halfway. I'm pretty close there on the math, I think. But I do know it is Jeff Fugate leading over Ron Simpson, Jason San Diego, Caleb Lingle, and Duke Sorensen. That's your top 5 that have driven away from the field. A second pack running in sixth is led by Roger Nebelsick. The 81 car of Troy Donahue is seventh. Keith McLean is rallying now up to the eighth spot. Harry Codian is ninth, with Steve Grant running in position number 10. Everett Lentz 11th. Bob Becker is 12th. Brendan Spadafora is 13th. Kevin Roy 14th, and Daniel Dupuis make up our top 15, with Danny Rubino in 16th. Austin LaPlante is running 17th. Herman Reese, a little bit of damage on the 73. He's back there in 18th, our points leader. The number 85 of Ricky Bumbalo, he is 19th, and it is Rob Keller in the number 20 car, or the 20th position in car 57. Also out there in Joey Sigmund's number 64. We have 21 drivers of our 27 still left on the racetrack. We're working lap number 57 of 117. It is all Jeff Fugate at the beginning of this field, Todd, but Ron Simpson, the number 25 car, starting to apply that pressure. Ron looks really racing out here tonight. They're in turn.
Yeah, Ron Simpson going to take over the lead, get around the number 9 machine, doing our best to show the rest of the field like everybody wanted here tonight out there at YouTube land, and was able to catch that battle at the tail end of it. Was Ron Simpson able to take over the lead. The number 9 machine of Jeff Fugate running in that second spot. Third is still the 22 of Jason San Diego, and then the 113 of Caleb Lingo, and then a little ways back, about 6-7 car lengths back, is the 59 of Duke Sorensen.
So all single file there in the top 5, as you said there. Simpson now leading Fugate as a 25 car up to the front of the field. San Diego in for third in car number 22. Caleb Lingo now, the 113. He was up to the lead. He has dropped all the way back to fourth. That's, I think, the furthest back our pole sitter has been all night long. I'm looking down at that second pack, Todd, and I see the likes of Keith McLean back there. I see Harry Codian. Harry Codian just got a little bit loose on that a lap or so ago. He was up running 7th. Harry now all the way back to 13th. Definitely some damage there to the right side of that icy hot Chevrolet. Maybe a little bit itchy and burning out there tonight. He's dropped outside the top.
Yeah, searching through, trying to find Harry Codian, and Codian trying to, as he's dropping through the field here, that number 13 machine, just showing him live on the screen, like you said, Phil. Right now, running in that 13th position, car number 13, so maybe a turn around and be lucky here for him maybe a little bit later in this event. 37 machine, want to say hello to Brendan Spadafora. He's running pretty decent out there. He's in 12th, Phil, so Spadafora, one of the sponsors here on Full Velocity TV. Like to give him a little bit of limelight, and he's doing a fantastic job there in the 12th position. I know there's a few other guys at 87, like we were talking about, Everett Lentz. Phil, he's going to make you eat your words tonight. I'm going to tell you, he's already up to that 9th spot. So good run for Everett Lentz in the number 87 machine. Just looking through these guys, giving them a little bit of light here, letting everybody know who they are. The number 11 machine here. That's a nice looking car out there. Steve Grant in that number 11 Speedland machine is a fantastic looking machine here tonight. So he's currently running in the 9th position, and then Troy Donahue right there directly in front of him, the 81 DeWalt sponsored machine, running currently in the 8th position. Just showing a little bit of the field here tonight, Phil, on Full Velocity TV. Just showing, giving these guys a little bit extra limelight. Maybe we don't cover these guys enough here through the back portion of the field. I know I run back there all the time, and when we're watching TV broadcasts, Phil, I get happy when I hear my name being said out there, because I know I don't have anything to run up front.
Well, I wouldn't know, because we call for one of these TV races, and God, it's been years since I run in one. I think the last time I ran one of these TV races, you saw me out there in a modified forever ago, and I stunk up the joint about 3 or 4 times in one race. So that's why you guys put me up here in the booth and took the wheel from me and said, Phil, never, ever again. But yeah, I'm back here watching a battle that's kind of deeper in the field. I found the 44 of Danny Rubino. And it's interesting back there right now. Danny back there running about 17th or 18th. The 85 car, Ricky Bumbalo, just made his way around, as did the 73 car of Herman Reese. Danny Rubino, our fan favorite out there in our chat box as always, sliding around the Texas Motor Speedway. Some damage to the 44 from an earlier wreck. Danny Rubino now looks like, as they come back through start-finish line, timing and scoring, going to put car 44 back there in 19th. 20 seconds behind our race leader, who is currently Ron Simpson. Jeff Fugate in for second. San Diego third. And Caleb Lingle, a 4-car breakaway up front. But we like to cover the back of the field, and we found, unfortunately, our old buddy Bino. He's back there. He's tail gun Charlie out there receiving as a caution on the speedway. You were in car with Danny Rubino, Did you find anything back there, Todd?
No, we didn't see anything here with Danny Rubino. I added a little bit extra weight in his car here, just see how the 44 would go here. Thought it needed a little bit more, but I see a lot of smoking cars out of his windshield right now. It looks like the number 11. I just gave him props. The number 11 is Steve Grant. It looks like smoke pouring out of the number 11 car. So tough break.
Oh my God, Todd! I found it. You want to go find it? It's Steve Grant. Go, Speed Racer, go. Somebody was around on the apron. I got to see who this was. Somebody spun up in front of the lead. Full disclaimer here. Let's see who. This looks to be Tango. I think Tango decided to do the salsa. Now, there was a stop car in front of Tango. Who the heck was in the middle of the racetrack? It was a 22 car of Jason San Diego running up in the top 5. That just for no reason at all looks like that car breaks loose and all of a sudden is just pounded in the rear, and his car is upside down, stopped in the middle of the racetrack, and chaos ensues behind him, and they all pile in, including the 11 car of Steve Grant and probably about 15 more that make contact. Good luck with that one. There's a lot to show with this one, folks. You could take my word on this one. Todd is going to have a good time. I did some on-air directing, on-air spoiling, trying to help him out. I could tell you, Todd, the 22 car, Jason San Diego, well, where in the world is Jason San Diego? He's gone. The car is destroyed. It's on the flatbed. He's gone. Take a look at there and then start from there. The chaos ensues. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Stanton is speechless. It does happen. It happens to me all the time, especially broadcast nights where we're trying to get things on the air and things aren't working, and I sit here and stress out, and I say, Todd, what do you got? Todd, how we doing? And so, Todd, for what you can show us what you got. Watch this, folks. Ask, I shall receive. Todd's laughing at me. Show us what you can show. How?
So we're going to indeed show you what we can show. Okay. This is what I see. Obviously, Phil had a nice wreck here in front of us, and this is what technology does here sometimes. You know, you have older technology with newer technology, and just things just don't work right. We're going to ride through, and cars are appearing. Just, they were sitting down there. I don't even know how the 11 car here of Grant, you know, he's smoking. He came out of thin air. And I know that's not what it's supposed to be. Phil had a nice talking about the wreck that happened and pursued. But I'm going to make a little bit of comic relief out of it. Is technology does not like Todd Stanton tonight. The 11 car appears, blown up. I don't see a wreck.
I wish you could see it, Todd, because I think what we talked about, I was talking to our buddy Martin Karchoff there earlier. He was watching the Chili Bowl. They said flip count there at the time was 8. I think Steve had about a 6.5, and I think even the French judge would have gave this a 5. That car got up in the wall off the front of the 22, who was stopped in the middle of the racetrack, and the 11 car went for a tumble of epic proportions. The 11 destroyed. I mean, I can't believe the thing is still out there running. I believe he's still out there running. He's got to be on pit road, but it's not out behind the wall. It's still puffing out black smoke. He's coming down pit road now. I don't know if you can show it live. I'm not sure where your camera is. But Steve Grant came down through pit road. That thing's pissing black smoke out of it. Well, he's down on pit road now. The engine is obviously off. How the driver's still fastened to the race car, we will never know. But, you know, and now it looks like the car disappears. The damage is terminal. The motor is blown. Their whole race car is destroyed. Steve Grant's night is done. A 2-time winner, a 1-time winner of the season. Race winner here, the first 5 races. Steve Grant's night, unfortunately, coming to a premature end. I really wish Todd could have showed the replay because holy smokes, he went for a ride. It was right in front of an appearing car who disappeared and came back in and just sent him for a ride. I mean, I can't describe it anyway.
Man, I wish I could have seen that. We could have rode on board with the number 87, maybe if Everett Lentz threw that one too. I believe he had a unique view. But again, I looked at his view and we read through, and even he disappears. So it's rather interesting. I'm left in the middle of the track. My camera's left there. There's no other cars around. It's just it's tough when you can't see that. As a pace car making its hard left-hand turn down the pit road, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're on lap 69 of 117 tonight here at Texas, and green flag is in the air. It looks like the number 25 of Simpson spun his tires there, Phil. The 113 able to get by or get a one well of a lead. I'm going to say probably not 9 car lengths already.
I know he spun his tires. I know Brendan Spadafora spun his tires. I was on board the 50 with a Roger Nevillsick on the restart, and the 37 dropped like a tank. The 113 definitely dropped it as well, so we scramble back up front for the race lead, working now lap number 70 of 117, and up front it is Carter 113 of Caleb Lingle, Ron Simpson in for 2, Fugate now 3rd, Duke Sorensen up there in 4th, and it is Everett Lynch, number 87, getting me kind of scared. Everett Lynch, Todd, is in the top 5. I think he heard my challenge. He's on.
He did say right on in the chat as he was texting and driving again, Phil, so Everett Lynch is on fire here, and that number 87 machine making his way up through the field. Going to make you wrong here this evening on Full Velocity TV. Wouldn't that be a shocker?
Yeah, it happens more often than we'll ever kind of want to admit. Ask my wife; she'll tell you all the time. I think I'm right. I'm never right. Well, a woman's never going to be wrong either. So we'll go with that one. So we'll leave that there for another day because I'm digging myself a good hole as my little sweetheart goes. Well, she just walked out the door, so I'm good. I can talk all the smack I want right now, so that is fine. But up here, up front, 72 laps of 117 in. It is all Caleb Lingle up front, Ron Simpson, Jeff Fugate, and Duke Sorensen. Those 4 cars have walked away from the rest of the field. We go back 2.5 seconds. We find Everett Lynch running in 5th. We've got Roger Nevillsick. Roger doing a great job up there in the 6th spot. You got Bob Becker in for 7th. You have Pushrod, or Dana Dupuis running there. Number 24 is currently 8th. Ricky Bumbelow's back in the top 10. He is 9th. And Brendan Spadafora, that Spadafora Firearms number 37, he's currently up in the top 10. Great to see our sponsor doing well here this evening.
Yeah, definitely great to see as we're watching all these guys move through the field. They're comers and the goers here this evening, and some have damage, others don't. Rob Keller down to the bottom side. This is Ricky Bumbalow. He's going to the bottom side of the number 85 machine. It looks like Rob Keller going to pick up another spot, put him into the 11th spot. And that Slim Jim sponsor machine snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah, I love that commercial.
I don't know how to follow that. It's often lately here that Todd gives me a doozy, and I just don't know how to follow. There's still single file up in the top 4. I'm back in the back part of the top 10 here. Really good race going on for position 8 back here with you got Bob Becker 17, Daniel Dupuis back here, Brendan Spadafora. These 3 cars really going at it. Dupuis 24 going to come to the inside of the 17. That is a side-by-side battle for 7th in the third.
Yeah, nice side-by-side battle going on for that 7th spot. Looks like Dupree going to take over the top spot from the number 17 machine. Here comes Brendan Spadafora. Spadafora now up to the 8th position as they both get around the good old push rod in that number 17 machine. Bob Becker in the number 13 also making some headway there. That's Harry Codian in the 13 machine. He's now inside the top 10 trying to wheel himself back up there.
Yeah, and I made sure as my wife was leaving, I highlighted Harry's car, and I got the evil stare that the woman will give. That was an awesome time right there. Harry Codian's Icy Hot Chevrolet rebounding up there for 9th, and there we may have a spinner in the backstretch. The 37 car, Brendan Spadafora, stepped out in a big way off of turn number 2, and let's see what happened here. I see caution out on the speedway. Car definitely got loose. Definitely spun around. I don't think anybody hit him, but he hit the inside wall an absolute ton. So caution flag, I believe, for the 7th time here tonight. This one nowhere near as glamorous as the last one. Brendan Spadafora, the Spadafora Firearms Ford, tore up in a heap in turn.
And we do have a view of this one, Phil. Oh, man, I got to clap. If I could clap, if I didn't have to touch the microphone here tonight, I'd be clapping that we could see this one. Okay, so Brendan Spadafora, the 37 machine, as he looks like the old number 2. The turn number 2 going to the back straightaway. Bit the 37 of Brendan Spadafora gets loose, out of shape, inside wall. And that's never a good thing because I do believe what happens to him and ensues is that black smoke. Yep, indeed, the black smoke coming out of the 37 machine. And as soon as the black smoke comes out, 37 disappears into thin air.
All right, well, I'm going to put it out there this way. With all the black smoke we have seen here tonight, and I'm hoping that YouTube chat or the Facebook chat or whoever out there may be watching or listening, I've seen so much black smoke tonight, I feel like we are picking a new pope. Am I right or am I wrong? It's been a night where we've seen a lot of cars tore up. We see now recently the 37 of Brendan Spadafora all tore up. We saw Steve Grant's car go for a heap. Jason San Diego's car had black smoke. Steve Rubino's car had black smoke. Clifton Ashley's car had black smoke. Eddie Riley's 112. I mean, it's the night of the black smoke here live on Full Velocity TV. What do you say, Todd? Do we want to do an in-race interview with one of these drivers, or this night already feels cursed? I'm not sure I want to curse anymore.
Yeah, I think you should do an in-race interview. He's accustomed here on Hobo Racing, and see if we can give somebody the black cloud. I'm hoping not. I think that's disappeared. The black smoke is just coming from the inside wall out of 2. That treacherous turn number 2 that coming off there, then to the back straightaway. I've had that happen to me a ton of times.
All right. Well, you know what we're gonna do then. If you're gonna put me to it, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have. I feel the challenge out to the poor guy, and now I'm going to put him in the spotlight of Full Velocity TV. That is our buddy of car number 87, Everett Lentz. Everett, don't drop the wheel. Yes, I brought you into the booth. We're under caution. I know you're out there texting and driving. Great views out there at the front of your car tonight. How was that thing rolling?
Conservatively. It's doing good. Just a little off on the gear a little bit. Just trying to maintain the chaos. It's crazy out here.
It's definitely kind of nuts. You say you got the wrong gear in that thing, but is kind of that thing slow tonight? Keeping that thing kind of slowed down? It's allowing you to kind of steer through some of the carnage because it's not only happened in the back. Most of the wrecks have happened right up amongst the top 5.
Yeah, it has happened in the top 5, and that's the crazy part. I mean, we're great drivers out here, and it's just this track. I don't know if they haven't got the setups right, or they're just being too aggressive. I just don't know. I'm happy with where I'm at.
All right, so I know you heard the challenge because I know you listen to these things and drive, which I can't stand hearing the sound of my voice. I'm not sure why you want to do it too, but the challenge is out to you, brother. Top 3. Can you do it? I'm rooting for you.
Top 3, I don't know if that's manageable. A finish is manageable, but top 3, that's pushing it. Unless everybody up here wrecks, then I might get lucky, but I don't see that happening.
All right, well, Everett, you're a good egg, brother. Great to talk to you as always. Running up there in the 6th spot, we got, 37 laps remaining of this thing. Can you hold on for 37 more and keep that thing with a good finish?
That's the plan, man. That's the plan.
All right, well, we'll let Everett Lentz go. Everett, thanks for a couple of words. He's a great guy. I love clowning with this guy. He's always a great time, always a great interview. Our buddy there, Everett Lentz, car number 86. We'll also grab, it looks like Brendan may be out of the race, car number 37. So let's bring Mr. Spadafora into the conversation too. A loyal sponsor to us here at Full Velocity TV, and sometimes at a night like this, I almost wonder why, but we thank him for being a part of what we do, and we'll talk to the driver of car number 37, Brendan Spadafora, behind the wall Gearbox gave way, car got a little bit light. You had a really good run going there, brother. I'm sorry to see you out.
Yeah, we're running pretty strong. I actually had no third gear for most of this race, and still pulling them off. With second gear, putting it as high as it will go, just redlining it and then throwing it into fourth just to get going, and then just being strong, staying, running my line, and this and that, and then that happened. It just got loose coming off a four. That's just one of those things.
Well, it sure is. And, Everett was just telling us, you guys are really good race car drivers. We see this a lot over here at Hobo. What is bringing all these cautions tonight? We've seen more wrecks and more chaos and carnage than I think. We've had enough on the airwaves just behind the scenes. We're seeing it live in a living color on the racetrack as we go back to green. But what is attributing to all these pesky yellow flags? And, we've torn a lot of equipment up here tonight.
From what I'm seeing, it's just when you go get the green flag, the tires are really slick, and when you get that green flag going in the first turn, you have to half throttle it the whole way until you're on the backstretch, and even sometimes the 3 and 4 can still be a little bit tricky too. So that's where it gets the problems where we're having.
Well, that's unfortunate for all you guys, especially yourself out of the race. You and guys like Steve Grant, who had good cars, Jason San Diego, Steve Rapino, Clifton Ashley. Eddie Rayleigh, you got Danny Hardy out of the race. These guys had some really, really good cars here tonight, all destroyed and tore up. It's a really anomaly night. We got the new guy up there. I think you guys just said Caleb Lingo's the new guy over here at Hobo. He's up there leading with Ron Simpson and Jeff Fugate. You've been here all season long. Tell us a little bit about this guy, number 113, Caleb Lingo. I don't know a thing about him. How new is he to the happenings over here at Hobo?
I gotta be honest with you. This is his first race that I know of him. I've never seen him before, and he's doing good. I'm happy for him.
Well, he's doing a whale of a job out there in the race league. But Brendan, great to talk to you, my friend. Thank you so much for all you do for us here on Full Velocity TV, a valued partner to us. And man, it's been a wild, wacky night for us. We had enough issues getting it on the air. Things are all kind of off and wacky. We have replays glitching in and out. I saw Steve Grant barrel rolling. Todd couldn't find it at all. It's been a weird night. But thanks for sticking with us, and I promise one of these days we'll get it right.
Oh, you're okay. You know what? No matter what kind of technical difficulties you guys have, you're still the best of the best. And I appreciate you always having us here and having me along board.
It's our pleasure. That's our buddy, Brendan Spadafora. Check him out, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Guy will hook you up with the best of you could possibly need there. All your firearm needs for weapons, ammo, whatever else you can decorate you with. Get a hold of Brendan Spadafora now, SpadaforaFirearms.com. That guy is a sweetheart guy. Going to finish up his night in 19th. But while we've been talking, Todd, we've had a little green flag racing going on up there. Caleb Lingo leading Jeff Fugate and Ron Simpson. Those three guys trying to go up there and drive away from the field.
Yeah, definitely the number 9 machine of Fugate able to close that gap on that 113 machine, though, and able to, it was like 9 car lengths of difference between the 113 and number 9 last time by. Lingo ran a 27.894 to Fugate's 27.901. Obviously, a little bit of drafting effect there, as Ron Simpson ran a 27.980 last time by. He's probably going to be quicker this time in that number 25 machine. We're going to see what timing scoring does here as they flash by that start-finish line here at Texas. That is going to be lap 87 to 117, so we have 30 laps remaining here at Texas. And it looks like the fastest car out on the speedway is indeed of that. The number 25 machine of Ron Simpson.
The car is definitely coming, but keep an eye on car number 13. Harry Codian starting to pass a couple of cars. He's went by the 87 of Everett Lintz. He's around the 24 of Daniel Dupuis, and now he's gotten his way around the 51 car of Roger Nebelsick. The number 13 of Harry Codian looks like he may have found some speed here late in the going in the icy hot Chevrolet 13 car up to P6 is now a change for the lead up front. Jeff Fugate back to the lead.
Yeah, Fugate was able to get around the 113 machine. He peeks back down to the inside to Caleb Lingo in the 113. Not able to do anything with the number 9 of Fugate. And the number 25 of Ron Simpson running in that third spot, so he was able to creep back up into the picture. So you can put all 3 of these cars underneath a blanket. You want to see a dart, one of them here coming down into turn number 1. So we're going to take a look back through the field here, Phil, and just look to see where everybody else is running. Those guys fighting up there for the third spot. There's Keith McLean out there, the number 28 machine. You know he was fast this evening right now currently running in 9th in the 28. That's one of my favorite cars. That's, I'm a big Davey Allison fan, so 28 looks fantastic out there, and watching him run around, and it's just one of those things that I'm just in awe seeing those type of paint schemes. And also, I want to give a good shout out to the number 59 of Sorensen, though. He's running 4th, and so isn't Neville-Stick running 5th. He's inside the top 5, Phil. So, but these guys are quite a long ways away from those top 3 guys. They're about 2 seconds back.
Yeah, they really are. And this is starting to have some championship implications here tonight, too. Our point leader coming into the evening is Herman Reese, a 22-point advantage over Ron Simpson. You go back to the old NASCAR point system. Well, Herman right now is currently the last car on the lead lap, running in the 17th position. Ron Simpson's number 25 is up there running in 3rd. I'm not a mathematician, but by the old school point system up there, 22 points is nothing. We may have a new point leader if this race is to finish the way it is. Ron Simpson may come out of this thing leading the standing.
Yeah, that'll be rather interesting to see a points difference there and see the change here live on Full Velocity TV. Closing laps coming up here, Phil. Almost down to about 5 laps away from 20 laps to go. It's about go time here for these guys. Green flag run coming at a good time here towards the latter portion of this event here at Texas Motor Speedway. Top 3 cars have strung themselves out over the rest of the field. Roger Doublestick and Duke Sorensen, those guys are together another 2 seconds back. Will be Harry Cody and Daniel Dupree, Everett Lentz. Those guys are together along with Keith McLean. So you got the 3-car field, or 3 cars, 2 cars, and then 4 cars there. Now a battle back for the lead going to ensue. The 113 dives down to the bottom side by side battle down into turn number 3. It is the Lingo machine of down to the bottom, the number 9 machine up top. He's going to be able to complete the pass and lead this time by the 113 machine.
It's all right, Todd. I know what you need. It's Caleb Lingle. How about sing a jingle up there? A 113 car back up to the lead. The 25 of Ron Simpson currently running 2nd. Jeff Fugate is 3rd. If you guys can only hear sometimes what I got to deal with behind the scenes here with this guy. He's the best in the business, but man, he is a ball buster up here. I don't know how to deal with him sometimes. My buddy Todd Stanton up here in the control booth and having a good time as we find Tango Sorensen running in 4th. Roger Doublestick in the top 5. Daniel Dupuis, Harry Cody, and Keith McLean, Everett Lentz. Rob Keller make up our current top 10 on lap number 96. Next time around there, Todd, we're going to have 20 laps to go, and it is a good 3-car race for the lead up front. The question I have for you is, this restart happened at about 36 or 37 laps to go. If my memory serves here, I believe pit window at Texas is anywhere from 31 to 33 or 34. Can these guys all make it from where they were?
That's going to be a gamble field mileage race. Who would have guessed it here at Texas? As these guys are going to have to probably save some fuel if they're going to try to make it the rest of the distance. It's going to be rather close for some of these drivers. Depends on the gearing, depends on what kind of setup they got underneath them, and man, that's going to be a tough call. I would almost want to do a stop and go, especially if I was the leader and I'm going to run out of fuel, because you don't know what's going to happen between the guys that are actually tracking backwards there. They could be saving fuel right now, Phil. Maybe that's why they're 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Or maybe these guys are good up here in the top 3. They're just able to cruise around at that speed and maintain that speed because they've saved enough fuel.
Well, I'm back there riding with a 9-car of Jeff Fugate running 3rd. He was up there tussling with those guys in the top 2. He has kind of backed his pace off, and I almost think it may be a little bit intent. I don't hear that car going silent, but you take a ride around for a lap of that 9-car, Todd. Does that look like a car that may be in some kind of fuel conservation?
Well, we're going to force the ride along with the number 9 machine here down the back straightaway, and we're going to let you listen in out there on YouTube. Let you guys be the judge.
I don't know, folks. That's like a full lap right there around the Texas Motor Speedway, and car number 9 of Jeff Fugate running 3rd. Does that have the look of a car that is conserving fuel or not? He was just as fast in that top 2. that pace has backed off. I want to know what you guys think out there. YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Is he saving fuel? I want to hear your answer now. Check it in the chat box. Let me know what you think. I think he is too. I think he may be saving just enough to give one more run at the 113 of Caleb Lingle and Ron Simpson. We're now working lap number 101 of 117. Next time around there, Todd, we're going to have 15 laps to go here at Texas. All right, so we're going to keep talking as Todd's behind the scenes, clicking on something, saying, Phil, I'm working on something, I'm trying something, keep talking. This is how it works sometimes. Phil carrying the show. I'm going to click around and play with the buttons. Don't worry about me. Harry Cody is coming on off pit road, so he certainly wasn't going to make it. Austin LaPlante has been on pit road to the 48, so these guys are definitely pretty close, so maybe on the risk of running short. Harry was the first to think he was short. Austin also coming in. I think Danny Rubino may be, I thought it was a 44 car that may be diving on and off pit road. So I guess we'll have to do a little wait and see game. Who could possibly be next? I see guys like Herman Reese are back there. We know Herman's car's got a little bit of damage, but we'll have to wait and see. Danny Rubino's 44 car indeed coming off of turn number 4. He's going to come down to pit road. So a little bit of gamesmanship being played here. Can Caleb Lingle and Ron Simpson, can they make it up front, or is Jeff Fugate saving enough to make it and maybe stealing a win here in Texas? I guess in about 13 laps, Todd, we'll probably have it in.
Well, I was trying to find a new widget that we had available for questions. Phil, I can't get it to work here tonight as I had a surprise for everybody and can't get it to work again. I'm going to start pounding my fist on the table. I'm really angry, but we're watching the number 9 of Fugate down on pit road, so I better not be angry for very long as he's coming down on pit road. He was not able to make it. We had some guys out on Facebook Live thinking he was saving fuel, trying to, but he couldn't save enough. He's down on pit road he goes.
And so is the 25 car of Ron Simpson. The 113 of Caleb Lingle. He's out there. He's coasting. He's off at number 4. These guys are way short. That car almost sounded like it was out of fuel. They all come down on pit road here. So a little bit of interesting strategy here for these guys. They were short. They're coming in now. Jeff Fugate services 4 tires are down and away. Looks like he may even beat the 25 car of Ron Simpson off of pit road. Can't confirm or deny that as I have completely lost all control here on my screen, but we'll have to see. I see the 9 car, and Ron Simpson definitely beat him off pit road. So good pit stop for 25. Wasn't the winning move. We'll have to wait and see as the mouse has run up the court here, Todd, and I've lost all control of my screen. Issues have prevailed down.
Oh, Phil, I tell you, sometimes you're hard to follow, too. That's what we love to do here on Full Velocity TV. We love giving each other crap, and he can't give me crap yet. He hasn't figured out a way yet. He wants me to start the other PC up and start doing picture-in-picture here on Full Velocity TV. Maybe hitting towards that soon. But he wants me to start that up so he can talk to me off air, and not you guys can't hear it. But right now, I'm loving it because I can say whatever I want to say to Phil, and he can't really have any answers back, especially the answers that he wants to say.
Unfit working conditions. That's exactly what I call it. One-way conversation is crap. So I'll take it to the airwaves. I'll bury the guy whenever I can. I'm up here riding with the current race leader. And if you can believe it, it's that sleek black Cadillac, car number 73. Herman Reese leads the field. I see guys like Everett Lintz unlapping themselves. I see Caleb Lingle's unlapped himself. Ron Simpson. Ricky Bumbalo, see Jeff Fugate going back around. Can Herman Reese basically, can he save an entire lap of fuel or save enough to maybe circle these guys on gas? We're on lap 108 of 117. The 73 car, Todd, he's the last of the guys to come to pit road. Ron Simpson's won the race off of pit road, all these guys. He's currently second on the racetrack. He's got 12 seconds he has to run down. Everett Lintz is up there running in third as that timing and scoring resets. Everett now drops to 8th, but Herman Reese leads the field. He's got 10 seconds on Ron Simpson. Can he make it? I don't think so. Here comes Herman Reese on pit road. It was worth a shot. I know that car is just junk.
They're definitely giving themselves a valiant effort. A for effort here for the number 73 of Herman Reese at Cadillac Machine down on pit road. He's going to come to the aid of his pit crew, and he lost probably precious time out there on the track, but he had to do what he could do there to try to maybe make it the rest of the distance, but not going to be able to do so. So we'll see what he does here down on pit road as Herman Reese rolling into his pit stall. We're right, and it looks like right side tires going on at number 73 machine. Does he gamble and take only 2 tires here for that 73? As it looks like service down and done. Yep, 2 tires is the call for Herman Reese. He is down and away, Phil.
All right, so he'll be joining the race, and that's going to cycle everybody through for around a green flag pit stops, and nobody's done it better than car number 25 of Ron Simpson, a 2.7 second lead over the 113 car of Caleb Lingle. The number 9 car of Jeff Fugate is in for third. Keith McLean, he is running fourth, but he is 7.5 seconds in the rear. Running in the 5th spot, Roger Nebelsick in car number 51. Roger almost 10 seconds behind. Ron Simpson here, Todd, in the closing laps, 2.7 seconds last time around. Well, he's got 5 more trips around. Gap now down to 2.4. Can Caleb Lingo run down Ron Simpson? It's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I do believe he only took 2 tires aboard that 25 machine. I think that's the difference between him and Fugate. Fugate is Jeff Fugate in the number 9. He took 4 tires on pit road, so there's a little bit of difference between himself and the top 2 running cars. I believe they only took 2 tires out there, 2.4 seconds, like you said, Phil, between Caleb Lingo and the number 25 of Ron Simpson. Simpson trying to drive off into the sunset as we're on lap 113 and 117 here at Texas Motor Speedway.
And the interval is down now under 2 seconds, 1.922 last time around. So Lingle is starting to chase down our race leader, Ron Simpson. This time they exit off of turn number 3 and 4. We'll see what the interval is this time around. They come down through a dog leg on the front stretch. Simpson going to hit the line here. Let's see what the interval is. 1.382, 0.6 of a second. 4 laps or 3 laps remaining here at Texas. Caleb Lingle is faster. He may have just enough time to chase him down. And as they say, catching him is one thing. Passing him may be another. I don't know, Tom. All that momentum the 113 car has, Ron may not have a chance of. Two laps remain here at the Texas Motor Speedway. 2 trips around the 1.5 miles here tonight in the Lone Star State. Thanks you guys out there tonight watching us and hanging out with Full Velocity TV. Hope you're enjoying the show just as much as we are enjoying it to you. We love coming over to Hobo. This is home base for us here in NR 2003. A drag race down the back straightaway now. Caleb Lingle has caught Ron Simpson at turn 3. Ron's going to keep the car glued to the low side. 113 having a drift up high. He throws the block. They're going to be in a dead heat at the line. White flag in the air. Ron Simpson holds on to the advantage.
Yeah, Ron Simpson going to have to protect the bottom here. Texas Motor Speedway down through 1 and 2. Lingo is going to have to go to the top shelf probably to get by the 25. 25 drifts up. He's pushing just a tad bit. He blocks the run down to the bottom. Blocks him again. Blocks the 113 here to turn number 3. It's Lingo still running right there directly behind him. You know he's a lot faster. Looks like he's trying to put the bumper to the 25 machine, but not going to be able to have. It's going to be Ron Simpson taking down the victory at Texas Motor Speedway as Simpson able to block and use his mirror to his advantage and pick up the big W here on Full Velocity TV.
Great win for Ron Simpson, and I don't do math there, Todd, but I believe this unofficially may give him the points lead. Exiting here at Texas this evening, Ron Simpson going to victory lane over Caleb Lingle. Jeff Fugate in for third. Keith McLean for fourth. Roger Nebelsick, a great run there for a top 5. Duke Sorensen in for 6th. Rob Keller for 7th. Bob Becker in for 8th. Everett Lintz going to finish up 9th. Daniel Dupuis with a top 10. Harry Codian, 11th. Last car on the lead lap. 12th was Troy Donahue. 13th, Herman Reese. Austin LaPlante, 14th. 1 lap down. Danny Rubino, 15th. Ricky Bumbalo, 16th. Kevin Roy, 17th. And Joey Sigmund, the number 64. He was 4 laps down, 18th. Those out of the race include the likes of Brendan Spadafora, Steve Grant, Jason San Diego, Steve Rubino, Clifton Ashley, Eddie Rayleigh, Danny Hardy, amongst a couple of other guys out there. If I lost my F2 here a little while ago trying to fix my replay, but a great race from these guys here, 117 laps. Ron Simpson mirror drives his way to victory lane tonight there.
As we watch him burn him down here on Full Velocity TV, wasn't happy with the way the grass was cut down on the infield at Samson Radio Shack 500 there, that official logo here at Texas Motor Speedway, and just trimming it up just a tad bit. The detail wasn't to his liking down there in the number 25 machine, but great job to Ron Simpson, able to use his mirror to his advantage, and that's part of the racing here out of Asphaltville, and picking up her first win on Full Velocity TV of 2019 NASCAR 2003 style. I'm sure he's going to be ecstatic.
I'm sure he will as well. As we're going to move on to the post-race show here, go talk to a top three. We'll let Todd go down to victory lane. He'll talk to our winner, Mr. Ron Simpson. It's been a long time since we've got to come down here and talk to a guy like car number 9, Jeff Fugate's Dodge, finishing up third. Jeff, terrific run for you there in that Dodge. You took 4 tires at the end. I think that was the right call. Ron took 2. Caleb took 4. Caleb was so much faster than Ron. Those guys almost took each other out, and you almost had a shot to win. I think you made the right call. What do you think?
Yeah, I had to go with 4 tires. The set before, something was off on that set before because my car fell off real fast. I've been strong all night, and I think that if the tires would have been better on that one before that, I'd have been right there with them. But I don't know what happened. It just like they dropped off halfway through that run, and they were like couldn't turn. So I had to do a lot of checking up, but got me a little far behind. But yeah, it was the only thing I could do is 4.
Well, now we have the real story as to what happened, because we were almost thinking there, is Jeff possibly saving fuel from here? Can these guys even risk to make it? I thought you guys were way early. A really good green flag run here to finish it. You got to be proud of that third place run. That was a great.
That was on the start, restarts. It was just a rocket. Like I say, that last set, or next to last set, killed me. But yeah, it was real good racing up front, and I kind of let back, I think, on another time just to let them go to kind of cool the tires in case we got into a real long run. But yep, it was a lot of fun. You guys did a good job. And thanks for Steve and him putting this on.
Yeah, it was a terrific race, Jeff. Really good to talk to you once again. It has certainly been a while since car number 9 has been up here in the top 3 on Full Velocity TV. So I don't know if you remember how to do this or not, but I'm going to give you the microphone one more time. We got a great crowd watching. We're on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We are on Twitch TV. We have great crowds watching on all 3. Anybody out there to thank, friends, family, or sponsors, whoever is out there watching, Jeff, the floor is all yours. Give them all a shout out.
Yeah, just thank everybody for watching, tuning in. I think it's a lot for you guys covering this, and Steve and all the admins putting this together, and all good. We got a lot of good racers here. Makes it a little tougher. We got a little bigger crowd, so yeah, it's you never know when you can win here. Anybody can win any night the race. A lot of good drivers, and once we can get through the cautions at the start, little jitters and all, but it's going. It's a lot of good racing here. Thanks
That's what makes a place like Hobo Racing the best of the best. Thank you, Jeff Fugate. This is a lot of fun tonight. Good to talk to driver of car number 9 once again. Jeff Fugate finishing up third. We'll let him get back to his team, debrief that run. We'll take a little further trip down pit road and welcome a new voice here to Full Velocity TV, the runner-up finisher here tonight, car number 113 of Caleb Lingle. Caleb, terrific run for you. God, you made the right call in that last pit stop, taking 4. You chased down Ron. Got a faster car. I think all the patience of virtue in the world. Kudos to you for not wrecking him there for the win, because you certainly could have did that. We all want to pass them clean for the win. Great job by you.
Well, thank you, Phil. It was a good race. I had a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody racing me clean. It was a blast.
This was a really good time, Caleb. It was really tricky here for the first part of the race. We saw a lot of carnage, a lot of cars wrecked and tore up, but your car seemed to be really solid all night long. You put it on the pole. Was a really, really good, solid piece. Tell us about your night as a whole.
It was overall really good. very first caution came out, I stayed out on the old tires, and that got me behind a little bit. But through some pit strategy and a good pit box, I was able to get back up to the front, and just try to stay on the same pit strategy as everybody, and just try to stay to the front in front of the trouble, and it worked out pretty good for me.
Well, it certainly did. And Caleb, welcome to Full Velocity TV. It's great to talk to a new name, a new voice for us here on the airwaves. It's always great to meet new people still playing the old sim. But new to this, I'm going to show you how this works right here. I'm going to give you the microphone one more time. We're out there tonight. We're live on Facebook Live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch TV. There is an audience out there on all three markets out there. Anybody out there watching, family, friends, sponsors, anybody going to say hello to, anybody to thank, I'm going to give you the floor one more time. Take this microphone and thank them all now, bud. And congratulations. Awesome job on a second place finish.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate my teammates, Eddie and Troy, for working with me and helping me out tuning this setup in. I want to say hello to my wife and my boys, and appreciate this league. It's awesome.
It sure is. Well, great to talk to a new driver here, Mr. Caleb Lingo. Finish up position 2 here tonight. And right there, guys, you saw it at the end. Classy driving there by the 113. He could have definitely taken it into his own hands and ran over the 25 car. He did not. Caleb Lingo finishes up second here tonight, which means there's only one left. And by the grace of God in a very wide rearview mirror, it is car number 25 of Ron Simpson, who is in victory lane with Mr. Todd Stanton. And Todd talked to the winner and overall our new points.
Yeah, down here in victory lane with driver the number 25, Ron Simpson, taking down the victory here tonight. Strategy and that gamble paid off there at the end, and Caleb not able to get by you. He did not run you over, which was awesome of that 113 machine, and he let it race. As he had to make a pass. I was willing to bet you were going to make him go to the high side, and you stuck to your gun, stuck to the bottom. Ron, tell us about that finish.
Yeah, he took 4 that last stop. I took 2 and got out front and thought I was going to have enough space in between us, but those last 4 or 5 laps, he really closed in, and we got down to 1 lap to go. I figure I'm blocking. If he turns me, I really can't blame him for that because he was a lot faster.
Yeah, definitely. He was faster, Ron, but he didn't turn you. That shows you the type of driver that 113 is here this evening and able to take down the victory here on Full Velocity TV. Phil and I were talking about it. You got the first win of 2019 in NASCAR 2003 on Full Velocity TV. So that's got to be something to be proud of too, Ron. So you can add that to your check mark list there, and able to take down this victory tonight. And tell us about that last green flag run. It had to be different because you guys were plagued by yellows early, and then you finally get a green flag run going. How was your setup handling?
It was handling real well. I think Caleb and Jeff and I were really, really close with our cars all night. We kind of swapped the lead back and forth. And that last long green flag run, I was loose early in the run. And so I thought I'd ride for a while and let it come to me. And it was a good close race just about the whole night between us 3.
Well, good, and congratulations on your win here tonight, Ron, and taking over the points lead. That's another big etch into your schedule here as you keep going on in this event. But I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you here tonight on Full Velocity TV.
Well, as always, I'd like to thank Steve. He does a heck of a job with the league and making this all possible for us. And, of course, Caleb for not spinning me out there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win tonight here on Full Velocity TV, Hobo Racing Texas Motor Speedway driver, the number 25, Ron Simpson, taking down the victory here tonight, Phil, with all the things that we had going on this evening. Ron Simpson taking down the victory here, and, man, it was fantastic to see him down in victory lane.
It sure was, and all the follies and issues and whatever else we had tonight aside, it was really good to see a good race till the end and a new winner down there, Ron Simpson picking up the win, taking over the series points lead over here at Hobo Racing here for the Cup Series. A great league. Check these guys out. HoboRacing.com is where you find Steve Rubino, Danny Rubino. They're beasts of the Northeast as well. Hoboken, New Jersey, the home for Hobo Racing. from a couple of Northeast guys. We salute these guys. We're honored to call this place home anytime we come back to NR 2003. It is always a great, great time. So on behalf of all of us here at Full Velocity TV, we have to say thanks to you, the fans out there tonight, through Facebook Live, through YouTube, through Twitch TV. Thanks for being a part of the show. We had a great time covering it, as always. Got to thank our graphics guy, Martin Karch, for all his hard work. We got to thank Jake Keel from a Full Velocity Radio, our buddy down at the Chili Bowl Nationals this week. Thank Jack Chewin, our co-control guy and our brother-in-arms, my partner here alongside Mr. Todd Stanton, the best in the business. Regardless of how much we kill each other up here, the guy knows what he's doing. And a quick night and a turnaround. He did a great job getting us up to the airwaves. Phil LeCast here from Full Velocity TV. We're going to sign off tonight. We're back on the air tomorrow night. Back into iRacing on the dirt for a little bit of Wednesday night street fights over at Dirt Warrior Racing. So until tomorrow night, for Todd, I'm Phil. We'll see you next time. Back here at Hobo Racing live on Full Velocity TV.
Good night.